National team represented by Priyanka Mendonca. We have Rasangika representing Bahrain, and of course under the watchful eye of Mr. Zaman Qureshi. The coin with the home team, Priyanka. Numbers the call, and Rasangika wins the toss. Rasangika, congratulations. Good way to start a quadrangular series. What does it mean for Bahrain cricket and especially this women's team to set out and challenge the Oman national team?
Yeah, first of all, we have to thank for our national board giving this opportunity for us. This is good for us before the Gulf Cup we are starting. We will do our best today.
Okay, batting first, have you had a good look at the surface conditions, and does that also dictate terms in terms of your team composition?
Yeah, this wicket is batting, bowling both is good. Then that's why we decide to bat first. Our batting lineup is very good. We will try to play the 20 overs.
All right, tell us something about your side. What is the kind of side you're playing today?
We have debut players, four debut players today. That is good opportunity for them and other senior players also.
All right, do well.
Thank you.
Well, Priyanka, toss not going your way, but happy with what you're going to be doing anyways?
Yeah, I mean, you have to always be ready for both sides, and this is our home ground, so I don't think anything should really affect us. So yeah.
Going forward into this quadrangular series, see this as a good warm-up wherein you see the girls coming in and trying to prove a thing or two?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a wonderful opportunity and initiative taken by our host, which is Oman Cricket. So I'd like to thank them from the bottom of all our hearts. And yeah, we're looking forward for it.
Okay, take us through your side that's playing in this first encounter.
We have almost the same squad, so we don't have any changes, no debutants. And yeah, it's quite an experienced squad, and let's hope for the best. Yeah.
All right, do well. Right then, news from the centre is that Bahrain have won the toss and they've elected to have a bat first.
A very, very good afternoon as we have this women's triangular series that is set in Amerat, and everyone just descending down to Oman and trying to take part and give it their best shot in getting top honours here versus Oman as match number one in this triangular series, where Bahrain have won the toss, and Captain Rasangika had absolutely no doubt in mind and electing to bat first. Alifia Syed mentions that there are many changes. Their full strength squad that front foot outside the off stump, the left hander Amerat. For the upcoming GCC tournament test at the GCC level. Alifia Syed now asking the right kind of questions to the left-hander. Still yet to get off the mark, Bahrain. A couple of deliveries in already and no runs scored. Amerat has looked good, has looked to chase the ball outside the off stump. It's just that he needs to find the gaps in the field. Another good delivery, teasing distance outside the off stump. She's asking the right kind of questions to the left-hander. On the other hand, Amerat also meeting the ball right in the middle of the bat. So wouldn't be too long till we see the first runs on the board for Bahrain, because she's looking to score, and she's looking to score really well towards that offside area. Standing at a leg stump guard, can Alifia Syed manage to get a little bit of swing into the left-hander? This time she does. Little bit of an edge. Once again, the fielders up to the mark, not giving any scope of running between the wickets to the Bahraini batters. Umpire Mira from Oman Cricket standing in her very, very important position as the on-strike umpire. We always keep talking about on-strike batters, and an on-strike umpire also is an important position. Opening the innings. Finally, first runs on board, tentatively played towards the leg side, and immediately you see Bahrain off the mark. First runs conceded by Oman, as Alifia Syed has still managed to keep it neat and tidy. Got a decent side here, Bahrain, with a lot of newcomers, so they will be looking to keep it as competitive as possible. Did mention that they were looking to play out all the 20 overs this afternoon in Oman. Loud shout, sliding down leg. Umpire Mira immediately shakes her head as we are done with that first over. Have a look at that replay once again. Also probably pitching outside leg with that ball, a hint of shade coming on back onto the stumps, but Alifia Syed has managed to conclude a very, very good first over. Bahrain 1 for no loss. Second over underway, and as experienced as it can get, Samira Khan with the ball in hand coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Keeps it away out of the arc of the left-hander, asking to chase the ball outside the off-stump, trying to force that erroneous shot by Amerat. Bowls a decent medium pace here, Samira Khan. Knows how to ask some good questions early on with the new ball in hand. This time full onto the stumps, onto the leg stumps as a matter of fact. Batter's not interested to rotate strike. So a more than decent start for the Omani women. This time keeping it outside the arc, and finally the umpire decides that this one's outside the guidelines, outside the guideline, the wide marker. So it's going to be another additional run, just a second for the Bahraini batters and for the Bahraini team. Swinging back into the left-hander, fails to beat the inner circle. That offside field is well packed for shots like those. The fielders also on top of their game. The sun blazing down unusually. It is a warm afternoon. However, we must say that the weather conditions, the temperatures have taken quite a dip over the last week or so. A lofted shot towards the onside, and it's as big as it can get. I believe it could be just one bounce before it crosses the rope. A welcome boundary for the Bahraini batter Amerat. The left-hander showing that she certainly packs a punch. Got it onto the middle of the bat. Played that lofted on drive. Inches, just mere inches away from the boundary rope. It's a 4 here for Amerat and the Bahraini batters. 6 for no loss. Amerat Khan facing the heat. And these are good intentions here from the opening batter. This time another lofted one over the infield. Offside is unlocked for Herat, and what a brilliant effort out there in the deep by JD. The batter is managing to scamper for a couple of runs. So now the southpaw Herat looking to unleash herself. She's spent that first over trying to get hold of the conditions, and now backing all that power that she has. This time a thick outside edge behind the keepers. A fielder positioned over there to prevent any mishaps, and will keep it down to only, I believe, a single. Yes, it is. And Amerat Khan concludes her first over. It's been an expensive one. 8 out of that first over of hers. Bahrain are 9 for no loss. Alifia Syed back for her second over as captain. Deepika Rasangaka is looking to dominate affairs. Watchful against Alifia. Deepika Rasangika, and has looked to hog majority of the strike all throughout. Not afraid to clear the infield with that lofted drive. The one which resulted in a boundary was towards the onside, and then following it up with another flashy drive on the up. Foolish delivery here from Alifia, and she's probably asking the best questions here for Deepika Rasangika. It's probably that hint of late swing coming back into the left-hander that's probably keeping the batter in two minds. Couple of deliveries into this over, and she hasn't managed to rotate strike. Another full delivery. Dipping in onto the batter, and will rotate strike. It's going to be a single, which means Rachel D'Souza will be on strike. The right-hander has been on the non-striker's end, playing the role of a spectator, seeing her captain do the bulk of the scoring. Bahrain now on 10 for no loss at 2.3. Switching to over the wicket for the right-hander, Alifia Syed. Full delivery once again. And what makes Alifia so very critical over here and so effective is that she is not missing her mark. She's trying to bowl in that corridor of uncertainty, and with that hint of swing, the away swing for the right-handers and the in-swinging delivery for the left-handers is creating doubts in the minds of the batters. This time manages to pitch the ball a little bit away or short, slightly short of full length, and tentatively pushed by Rachel D'Souza. And this is where the Bahraini batters will have to learn very quickly. You do know that the captain on the other end is playing some aggressive shots, so you need to be looking for those singles, need to work the gaps and allow the left-hander to gather maximum strike. This time very, very tentatively pushed towards the offside, but backward point. Priyanka Mendonka from Oman, the captain, more than effective. 3 overs done, 10 for no loss, Bahrain. Starting the fourth over, Samira Khan and Rasangika has been on top of Samira Khan at the moment. She's looking to strike the ball well. She's looking to hit some big boundaries. This time a gentle push towards the mid-on region. Not able to get a good hold of that. Finally, Samira Khan probably getting a trick or two in her armory as well. Looking to mix it up, roll the fingers over. Get a little bit of late swing into the left-hander. This time, cut and straight into the hands of the fielder. Applause all around. They're a loud bunch of girls here from Oman and they know how to back their team up. Every effort put in by all the fielders, making sure that the bowler gets maximum backup. Driven, and this is the lofted one. Not many fielders in that region. Just going to be a single, but then the intentions are clear that Rasangika certainly knows how to hit and hit hard. JD doing a good job out there at long off. Had to cover a large distance, a large arc towards the front of the side screen. And Samira Khan will probably heave a sigh of relief because Rasangika has been looking very, very keen and looking very eager to take her on. On the other hand, Rachel D'Souza has played 4 deliveries and yet to get off the mark. So probably a fresh approach at a different batter. Samira Khan, normally very economical and very effective. Yes, this time looking comfortable bowling to the right-hander. Samira Khan keeping it well within that corridor of uncertainty, that hint of away swing, and that's enough to keep the right-handed Rachel D'Souza in check. Oh yes, keeping it out of the arc, asking Rachel D'Souza to plant that front foot forward or go for that flashy drive. That hint of a way swing can look promising for Samira Khan to produce that outside edge straight into the hands of the keeper. So the tactics are right, and this is where Oman look to bank on that experience that they have. Oh, this is excellent stuff here from Samira Khan. What a comeback. Donked for quite a few runs, as many as 8 in her previous over, and she makes a comeback by allowing just that one single. At the end of 4, Bahrain are 11 for no loss. Beginning of the fifth over as Alifia Syed continues all that good work. Loud shout. Still the batters, or more specifically Rasankika, finding it difficult to get away with that late swing that comes in. Alifia has been bowling really well. Once again towards the offside. This time she's cut it really well. That ball is rocketing towards the point boundary. 4 runs here for Rasankika Amerat, the captain, leading from the front. She's been looking to play that cut shot. She's been looking to cut ferociously towards the offside since the start, and finally gets enough meat on the bat for that ball to just speed through the gap. Races for 4. Makes amends straight away. This time it's pushed down the ground. There is protection out there in the deep. JD does well. So a single being taken now, and Rachel D'Souza will find herself on strike. Looks to cut. Rare misfield here. With that hot afternoon sun beating down, one might just expect things and the conditions to be a little difficult for the fielders. However, this was something that is not in control of Oman at the moment, as a toss has been won by Rasankika Amerat, who now finds herself back on strike. She's finally got the better of Alifia. 6 runs from 4 deliveries. Oh, it's a soft appeal. If the first couple of overs have been managed to keep the left-hander in 2 minds, Alifia Syed now drifting down leg, and that's probably the cause of worry here, as Rasankika Amerat will look to work those wide gaps towards the onside, towards the leg side, and will look to milk a few runs there. Oh, much better delivery. But I think she's given it a good whack towards the leg side. The fielder looking to do a good job, and she does. It's the second time she's been in action out there at mid-wicket and manages to do well. A couple of runs here. It's been an expensive over of sorts. As many as 8 runs from an otherwise very economical Alifia Syed. Bahrain are 19 for no loss at over number 5 mark. Samira Khan continuing. She bowled a very decent second over after going for a few runs in her first. She'll look to continue that, and what will aid her is that Rachel D'Souza is on strike, who's at the moment looking to get a few runs under the belt. 1 of 9 is where she stands at the moment. Looking to find a little bit of confidence out there in the middle, Rachel D'Souza. Good push towards the offside, still a dot. Keeping it outside the arc, keeping that away swing very interesting here, Samira Khan, at the moment. And immediately you see Captain Rasangika just walking down the pitch and having a word with her partner. We'll ask her to just back her instincts, will back her timing and back the power that she has in her to work the ball around for singles or doubles, because even a single is a scoring shot, can add to the total. Oh, this one's high. Manages to get a few fingers behind that ball, and Rachel D'Souza has been sent back by Rasangika. Barely grazing through the fingers of Samira Khan. Let's have a look at that again. It was a full delivery. Once again, that away swing late in the stride. And barely just missing by small margins. Once again, looks to push it away. That offside field, and the fielders of Oman are very, very tight, not allowing anything to slip through. Good delivery once again on the stumps, not giving anything at all to Rachel D'Souza, who's consumed 14 deliveries and scored just one. It's the end of the 6th over, end of the power play, as Bahrain find themselves at 19 for no loss. Let's have a look at some highlights of the power play period. We saw that big shot from the left-hander captain Rasangika. One down towards long on, and this flashy cut shot towards the offside. Just those two boundaries so far for Bahrain to sum up the end of power play, 19 for no loss. Jayadanya Gunasekar, she's been kept busy at that long off position for quite some time now, and gets a ball in hand to make a difference. Slow right arm off spins, finger spin as you would like to call it. She's known as a very, very tidy bowler. Oh, that's a good shout, and straight goes the umpire, providing that verdict, and it's the big wicket. Deepika Rasangika will have to head back. This is an excellent plot here from the Oman captain Priyanka Mendonka, bringing in the off spinner, right arm off spinner against the left hander. Gets a little bit of break from the surface, and line and length by Jayadhanya Gunasekar manages to pick up the first breakthrough for Oman as Bahrain lose their first wicket at 19 for 1. First wicket down for Bahrain as captain Rasangika heads back to the pavilion. Out comes Korda and Dhanya Gunasekar gets her first wicket for this triangular series. It's going to be a very, very interesting turn of events here for Bahrain as the bulk of the scoring was done through the bat of Captain Rasangika, and now she finds her way back into the pavilion. Outside edge, thick outside edge, and Sahana managing to keep the ball within the boundary ropes. Straight away off the mark, Korda. Sveta Valentina Korda. And she finds herself back on strike. Pushed down the ground. There is mid-on and mid-off inside the circle, and they are seemingly very, very close, looking to cut off any chance of any singles that are on offer. As Dhanya Gunasekar has managed to keep it neat and tidy, not afraid to loop the ball in the air, getting a hint of turn and getting some sort of purchase of the deck as well. This is a good deck today at turf number 2 at the Oman Cricket Academy. Have a look at that. Lofted up. It's in the air. This time beats the infield. She's placed that in a good gap. First boundaries for Sveta. And what a way to end this otherwise very, very successful over by Dhanya Gunasekar. Have a look at that. Looks to toss it up. Manages to get down on one knee and throw her arm at it towards the offside. Good follow through as well. 4 very, very valuable runs. Pretty much says it all about Sveta Korda that she's looking to attack. It's 25 for 1 after over number 7. Captain Priyanka Mendonca straight away in action. One of the more experienced lots, as much as it can count and as good as it can get. Priyanka Mendonca coming from around the wicket. Looks to challenge the right-handers. Rachel D'Souza has looked in all sorts of worry and has been unable to rotate strike as well. Tossed it up. This time gets an inside edge back onto the pads. Not very long before Priyanka Mendonca can get the better of the right-handed batter, especially Rachel D'Souza. There will be that delivery. She'll have to watch out for that delivery that comes sharply back into the right-hander, offering no turn but darting into the stumps. Oh, just like that. It's a good shout. Pitching outside leg, says the umpire. This is very, very close. Will be very interesting to see where that ball pitched. Have a look at that. Coming from very close to the stumps, Priyanka Mendonca hits her on the knee roll. Height could also be a factor. Much better. Looking to meet the ball with the bat, Rachel D'Souza, because otherwise it would just spell doom, especially against the likes of somebody like Priyanka Mendonca. Oh, a little bit of a leading edge. That offside is hunting in a pack at the moment. Almost about 5 fielders out there at the offside, looking to stop the singles and latch on to any catch that comes. Last ball of the over, and will negotiate that successfully. Priyanka Mendonka. She's come up with a wicket. Not a wicket, but a maiden for sure. Priyanka Mendonka. And good start here. 8 overs gone, 25 for 1 Bahrain. A wicket in her previous over. Jayadhanya Gunasekar will look to continue that good work. She's picked up the first breakthrough for Oman. They'll be looking for a few more of those. Thickish edge off the bat. Oh, it's going to be a mishap out there in the center. We'll want a replay as soon as possible to have a look at what has transpired there in the center. Sweeta Korda has been looking very, very effective out there, striking that boundary, and just have a look at what happened. Looks to play towards the offside, plays that cut shot, and Rachel D'Souza falling short off her ground. And I think this has been adjudged as obstructing the field. What an untimely wicket, just when they were looking to get a partnership going after the fall of a wicket, as Sweeta Korda has to make her way back into the pavilion, as a matter of fact, by beg your pardon, it's not Sweeta Korda, it's Rachel D'Souza who's run out. And she goes back after a laborious single scored. Alifia Syed with that exquisite throw. Reema Nazar comes to the crease. And she'll be on strike straight away. Sweeta Korda absolutely unsure what happened over there. At the moment, a little bit late to pick up the bat and push forward. Jayadhanya Gunasekar should be now noticing the tardiness and the sluggish approach here by Reema Nazar. A quicker one will probably be curtains for the right-handed batter. Oh, this was close. Unable to be collected by Cynthia, but Priyanka out there at first slip. Very, very attentive, preventing any mishap or any leaked runs. Yes, keeps it outside the arc, asking the batter to play the riskier shot. No runs here so far by Bahrain. Oh yes, a sluggish sort of a shot towards the deep mid-wicket region. A relay by the Omani fielders, Sameera Khan and Ananda. Off the mark, Reema Nazar probably showed a glimpse that she does pack a punch. She wouldn't want to be bowling anywhere short to her. On the other hand, Sweeta Korda played a glorious shot for a boundary. And at the moment, still looking to play that attacking approach. Ends her second over, Jayadhanya Gunasekar. It's 9 gone, 26 for 2 Bahrain. Priyanka Mendonca continues. Looks to toss it up. Will test the right-handed batter, the new batter out there in the centre, Iman Azhar, a little bit. So probably the first 3 deliveries or first couple of deliveries will be some sort of a testing phase for Priyanka Mendonca. And straight away, asking the batter to play that erroneous shot. Shifting on to her back foot, Reema Nazar. Oh yes, tossing it up. Not very long before there will be one that darts into the stumps. And with the kind of turn that has been available so far, it's still a very interesting approach from Priyanka Mendonca. She's testing waters out there in the middle. It's a waiting game for Reema Nazar. She's looked to play a slog shot every now and then. Oh, just like that, towards the leg side. Finds the gap. That ball is racing. It's a quick outfield here at turf number 2 at Oman Cricket Academy. She gets her first boundary, Reema Nazar. Anything short will be punished, and Reema Nazar makes no mistake. Have a look at that. This time much shorter from Priyanka Mendonca. Enough time in the world for Reema Nazar to rock onto her back foot and punch that towards the square leg boundary. Oh yes, much better. Trying to toss it up. A shade bit short, but will do the trick for Priyanka Mendonca. 4 runs from this over, as at the halfway stage, Bahrain are 30 for the loss of 2 wickets, as drinks are on offer. At the halfway stage, Bahrain find themselves at 30 for 2 at exactly 3 runs and over. In the process, they've lost 2 very, very good wickets. Captain Rasangika was looking to attack the ball more often than not, playing those lofted shots. Oh, just like that, this time Sweeta Korda has been striking the ball well right from the middle of the blade. On the other hand, Rima Nazar has been added to the party as well, looking to pull and slog the ball towards the leg side more often than not. This time towards the offside, straight into the hands of the fielder. That offside squadron has been absolutely key here for Oman. They've not let much pass by. Unless and otherwise, there has been a good shot through the gaps. Else they have been very, very accurate. Punched off the front foot. Not the right shot to play. Jayadhanya Gunasekar, on the other hand, has been very neat and very tidy. She's into a third over and has given not much away. Coming from around the wicket. Interesting approach. And straight away, Rima Nazar very strong towards the leg side and dispatches Jayadhanya Gunasekar for a boundary. This has been her strength so far. Rima Nazar rocking onto the back foot and just clobbering the ball towards the leg side field. She's found the gap, and with that sluggish pace that Jayadhanya Gunasekar offers, that's more than enough time for her to direct the ball in the right space, in the right gap, managing to get a boundary. Some runs here on offer for the Bahraini batters. It's probably the right line that Jayadhanya Gunasekar needs to be looking to bowl. Outside the off stump, asking the batters to play the proper classical cricket shot. Oh, flighted in the air. That took forever to come down. She lent the over well. However, there has been a boundary here from the bat of Rima Nazar as she gives 5 runs in this over. After 11, Bahrain are 35 for the loss of 2 wickets. Captain Priyanka Mendonca will continue after the halfway stage for her third over. She's been keeping it very neat and tidy. Just 4 runs of a couple of overs so far. And a very, very rare extra. And this gives me enough time to introduce a senior statesman in the comm box. Accompanying me, Mr. Jamil Zaidi.
And we're watching this match between Oman and Bahrain. A very good stage for the girls to show up their skills by such bilateral series matches. It is very, very important for all the girls teams. That they should have some match practices playing between them. That will definitely boost their skills in all 3 departments.
Well, absolutely. And an absolute pleasure welcoming you into the comm box. Tossed it up, Priyanka Mendonca. And just missing the stumps by bare minimum margins because that shot by Sweta Korda was looking to be dispatched into orbit. However, that sluggish pace and the time taken for the ball to come down to the batter probably did the batter over. This is a good run up to the GCC tournament where all the big teams from the GCC will look to battle it out.
Well, of course, I think Mendonca is doing heroics at the moment. Brilliant bowling from him so far. 2 overs just given away, 5 runs. Absolute pleasure seeing her bowling. It's one of the most senior players in the Oman girls team as well as the captain, I believe.
Captain Priyanka Mendonca, yes, of course. And Sweta Korda now meeting the ball right in the middle of the bat. Plays that lofted shot, falling just short of the fielder at mid-off. Priyanka Mendonca, very unusual at the moment, going wicketless. But she's managed to keep it very tight. Oh yes, looks to work it away towards the onside. And scampering for a single. That was a run-out chance. The fielder looking to take a shy at the stumps, but Captain Priyanka Mendonca said that was not needed because Reema Nazar was gone for all money. She was stranded at mid-pitch on this occasion. Just have a look at that. Yeah, well, the fielding standards need to be set in the game, and Oman have done the right things here. They have a spring in their step. They're backing the bowlers. Not much has come off from the fielding unit so far. In fact, that brilliant run out by none other than Alifia Syed, who is absolutely electric out there in the field. We've seen her for the past couple of years. And she looks to be contributing. And have a look at that once again. Just a single, but look at that effort by Samira Khan out there in the field, looking to keep things to a bare minimum.
Well, these are the senior players for the Oman girls team. So much cricket. Played a lot of practices all through. Bringing up good match against Bahrain. That's vital. End of the over. It is over number 12. It is 39 for.
Amanda De Costa introduced into the attack. She'll be bowling her first over. A rare misfield towards the offside. Pushes for another dot. At the moment, this can be the right approach by Bahrain as Reema Nazar and Sweta Korda look to set their eye in. However, the introduction of the new bowler will probably make life a little difficult for these batters, since they are here to get their eye in, here to probably take stock and measure. as to the conditions that's on offer at the Oman Cricket Academy. Keeping it fairly straight and simple, Amanda De Costa. Not giving much airtime to the ball as well. End of the over. It's 13 gone. Bahrain are 40 for 2 to a very, very quiet over, courtesy Amanda De Costa. Captain Priyanka Mendonca continues. Dot ball straight away. A mid-pitch conference here, or a mid-pitch meeting by the Bahraini batters. Look at that side. You see them having keen observations, taking notes as to how the conditions here are at the Oman Cricket Academy. Priyanka Mendonca, on the other hand, looking to just continue doing whatever she does best. This one's a lofted shot in the air. Falls in between the two fielders. Not much damage done because Jaya Dhanya has made sure that she keeps it down to as minimum as possible. It's only going to be a single that gets Reema Nazir on strike. Yep, she's looked very, very happy, Reema Nazir, to attack that particular area. She's managed to get a couple of boundaries to that region already. Enough time in the world to rock onto the back foot and pull that ball in that region. So, oh, this is a lofted one. Straight into the hands of the fielder. Priyanka Mendonca gets her first wicket. They don't drop many at Oman Cricket Academy as they get the third wicket into this Bahraini batting lineup. Priyanka Mendonca strikes as Sweeta Korda has to make her way back into the hut.
So the first wicket for Mendonca. She finally got a wicket that we're talking about. She's always among the wickets. Mendonca, very senior, very accurate, very left-arm orthodox spinner for Oman.
Well, absolutely. And since the start of her spell, since her over number 1, we've been waiting for her to strike and strike big. She's been asking the right kind of questions, not afraid to flight the ball and bowl that difficult line and length. And not to forget, there is a little bit of assistance from that deck as well. Enough grip, accompanied by that slow delivery, giving it good revolutions per minute.
It was nicely bowled this time. Once again, the new batter has to wait for the ball. Little turn in this one. She'd give little air once again. And that's the right thing for the spinners to get the batters to come down the wicket.
Tossed it up. Dangerous shot here from Nishanka. As Priyanka Mendonca ends her spell, ends her 4-over spell, 11 for 1 with that single to end with, as 14 overs are gone by. 43 for the loss of 3 wickets, Bahrain. Good shot down the ground. Oh, there has been an appeal here from the fielders. A slight lack of concentration, lapse in concentration rather. Amanda De Costa, have a look at that once again. Hits it in the air, down the ground, collected by the fielder and immediately hit onto the stumps. Was it a little too late for the batter to drag that bat in on the crease? But I think she was far inside on this occasion. Reema Nazar living dangerously at the moment at the crease, as Nishanka has been rattled at the moment at the non-striker's end. Oh yes, gets an inside edge. Not interested to take a single though.
Well, I believe that from here on, I think they might come up at the end of 20th of around 90 around, because the run rate is of course very, very low. And Nazar, she is still there after playing 24 deliveries, just 11 runs to her credit.
Oh yes, another thick inside edge, this time in the air for a fair bit amount of time. It's going to be a long chase for Priyanka Mendonca, who throws it back into the hands of the keeper. Not before the batters managed to get a couple of runs to their credit. Reema Nazar has been scoring runs, yes, a little late, and has consumed a few deliveries, but what's important is that she's hanging in out there. Joining her in the middle, Sadam Ali, Bakshala, Nishanka. Already a couple of runs to her name. Oh yes, keeping it outside the off stump. Fair bit amount of outside the off stump, and Reema Nazar does not manage to connect.
Well, the right approach from the Nishanka the moment she came, trying to get the runs which is needed at this moment of the game. It is almost another 4-5 overs remaining, and they will have to collect as many runs as they can to reach at least some what you call magical target of 100 runs.
Oh, this one's beaten. She is beaten outside. However, survives on this occasion. Reema Nazar, have a look at that once again. Keeps it outside the swing of Reema Nazar. Foot in the air for a fair bit amount of time. Enough time for Cynthia to try and have a stumping opportunity. But then everything in order for Bahrain at the moment. 3/4 of the innings has been completed as Bahrain are 46 for 3. hit down the ground. Fiza Javed has been entrusted with the ball in hand.
They'll have to accelerate the run rate, Namin, at this moment of the game. As you mentioned, that only remaining almost 4 overs remaining, legal deliveries to go, and they'll have to go this time. Just try to cut, but the fielder is waiting for it. It's a very tight spell from the Omani bowlers, keeping the batters of Bahrain intact, not giving them rooms to get runs at their will.
Absolutely. Oh, this is wayward here from Fiza Javed. Immediately, eyes go all the way to the captain and apologizing that, okay, fine, I think I've just made a little bit of mistake here. She'll look to correct it. She's got enough experience. Oh, much better. This time in the air towards the onside and straight into the hands of somebody that they would trust with their lives here. Alifia Syed manages to latch onto this one. Fiza Javed gets her first wicket.
Well, what a good change from the Mendonca. Just tried bringing Fiza Javed and she immediately responded by taking this wicket. It was down the leg side. The batter tried to heave it over the fine leg boundary. Doesn't quite go hold of it, and it was nicely taken by the fielder, short square leg. So another wicket for Oman, and really tough time for Bahrain now, 48 for 4.
Sana Kamarul Haq but makes her way out there in the centre as Bahrain have lost 4 wickets in the process. Fiza Javed picks up her first wicket courtesy a very good catch at gully. Oh, this is good bowling, yeah.
We have been seeing this cricket, women's cricket, even last year also, Bahrain also. Bahrain looks to be more better last time when I've seen. I think you were also there in that tournament. But this time the batting doesn't look that much, what you call, active as it was before. I don't know the other wicket which has been gone. It has been maybe bowlers tried that they got the wicket of those top order batters.
A lot rests on the shoulders of the captain, Rasangika. She started the innings really well with some powerful looking shots towards the offside. But post her departure, things have looked a little quiet. However, you can say that Reema Nazar and Sweeta have managed to create a few runs to the favour of Bahrain. Sana Butt at the moment getting off the mark. Nishanka, on the other hand, has faced 4 deliveries. She's looked to keep scoring and keep rotating strike. However, at the moment, Fiza Javed and that tardy line and length has managed to keep her quiet. A wicket in this over for Fiza Javed as she's gone for only 3 runs. 16 overs gone, 49 for 4 Bahrain. Amanda De Costa has been entrusted with a third over, and why not? She's just gone for 4 runs in her 2. Looks to sweep the ball, but this one drifts down leg. A rare extra by Oman ever since this innings has started. And Sana Butt does not manage to get any bit of bat onto it. And why should she? It's been a free run here at the moment.
Well, I think the in concentration for the bowlers, this time he tried to heaved it, but doesn't quite hold of it straight to the fielder. Bowlers in all these Gulf countries cricket, is very important to bowl within the wickets, because most of the wides that has been creating problems.
Plays a late cut, and what an effort out there in towards the first slip position and the gully position. Priyanka Mendonca, captain, leading by example. Amanda De Costa, on the other hand, has not only been keeping it very busy for the batters and keeping the batters quiet because of the line and length, it's also the trajectory with which she is bowling. It's much flatter, it's much quicker, not allowing the batters enough time to adjust. Have a look at that, beaten in flight.
Very lucky not to get the wicket stuck, tumbled. Look at that one, slight give into the air, and they heaved from the batter, but straight to the wicket keeper. Good bowling from De Costa.
In the air, and this time manages to clear the fielders, but Samira Khan making sure that there is no boundary, gets there in the nick of time. A couple of runs, however, to the credit of Nishanka and Bahrain, who in this over have managed to see their score cross that 50-run mark. They still have a long way to go. Another 3 overs remaining, a little over 3 overs remaining in this innings. This time towards the onside, drifting down leg. Not a wide, wraps her on the pads.
Must try to play it on or to the short fine leg region, but takes it on the pad. So far, a very good over from De Costa. Brilliant bowling from him so far. This time, once again, he tried to heave it, I think, to the outer edge of the bat, and finally, 4 runs has come either way.
Yeah, gets a little bit of edge onto that. Have a look at that. Once again, that flatter trajectory, getting the better of the batter. Thick outside edge, and keeper Cynthia Saldana not managing to stop those runs. Eventually, this leads to 4 crucial runs, a welcome boundary for Bahrain as they end the 17th over on 57 for the loss of 4. Sahana Jilani has been asked to put in an over. Very important for Oman to identify their bowling options. Sana Butt on strike. Looks to play towards the offside, but a very gentle push, not able to beat the fielder towards the offside. Oman has been absolutely electric. That offside field has been very tight and very accurate, not letting anything go by.
Well, that's the pressure by Oman put on to the Bahrain batters, not giving them runs. They are eager to get some runs this time, slightly into the air, but played it out towards short long on, and there's chances of a run out. Wow, what a fielding from Oman team, as you were mentioning. They are right spot on.
Yes, of course. Square leg fielder Priyanka Mendonca immediately in action. Sana Butt looks to take that risky single, and so does her counterpart not managing to make it on time as Priyanka Mendonca gets nothing but woodwork on that throw from square leg with just one stump to aim at. This is another wicket for Bahrain. Nishankar has to depart as Bahrain find themselves at 57 for 5. Priyanka Mendonca effects a run out, and that means that they have lost their 5th wicket halfway into that Bahrain batting lineup. Oh, this is excellent bowling here from Sahana Jilani. She is bowling with some guile and disguise. But quick running between the wickets by Sanabat will manage to get a couple of runs added to the total of Bahrain.
Well, anyhow, 2 runs have come. That's most important for Bahrain at the moment, to get maximum runs out of the remaining 2.3 legal deliveries to go. And they must look for some runs to fight it on against Oman, who do have a very good batting lineup. But again, how they fare today, that's the question to come from Oman batters.
Nipuni Nadira, the new batter in, will find herself facing Sahana Jilani. Couple of runs on that first delivery, got her out the mark, and Sanabat was just about to lose her wicket. That quick single, but then this can be the need of the hour for Bahrain at the moment. They need to run at everything.
Once again, it was slight hesitation between the batters. Was slightly a bit late throw from the feeder. Otherwise, could have been another run out.
Well, I believe it was a collection by Cynthia Saldana that was the trouble there. She did manage to get hold of the ball, but the ball slipped away. Wayward delivery from Sahana Jilani. Keeps it outside the wide guidelines. That would mean that the umpire has to sway his arms and say that she'll have to bowl that one again.
Some good new faces in the Oman team. Really looks happy, a bit happy. Of course, a couple of new faces come to the team. That is good for Oman batting and the bowling. This time once again down the leg side, and once again it was going a wide delivery, but it was played on straight to the waiting ends of the short square leg. So another wicket.
Smart captaincy here from Priyanka Mendonca. Understands what Sahana Jilani has on offer. That late swing into the right-handed batter, that meant that the batter had nowhere to go, or rather forced to go towards the leg side, and she places herself at the square leg position and manages to pouch that one. Makes no mistake, backs herself up as a fielder, Priyanka Mendonca, and this wicket was as much hers as it was for Sahana Jilani, who picks up her first. 6 wickets down for 61 Bahrain. Sahana Jilani picks up her first, and that means Sudikshika makes her way out there in the middle. Oh, that's a good ball. Flighted. Probably rolled her fingers over that delivery, and that brings her to the end of her first over. It's been a successful one for Sahana Jilani and the Oman team. As a matter of fact, they had a run out, and then of course that excellent wicket. 18 gone, 61 for 6 Bahrain. Amanda De Costa coming in for the penultimate over. Just a ball done already. And they've managed to pick up a single. And that has to be the need of the hour for Bahrain at the moment, where they are look to run and score of every possible opportunity that comes their way. Nipuni Nadira is continuing out there. And then Sudeshika Dilrukshi Ranawaka has been the new entrant out there in the middle. Oh, this has been an appeal, and up goes the finger. Umpire Meera does not hesitate to raise that finger. It's the need of the hour to score runs. However, risky singles like that will only mean that the batter finds themselves at the danger end in a very, very poor position.
Well, once again, poor running between the wickets, slight hesitation between the two, and finally another run out. A sorrow, what you call, figure for Bahrain. This is the third run out in this innings so far. And once again, Oman's fielding looks to be once again tight on all corners of the ground. So De Costa continues to bowl his immaculate length and line deliveries, bowling his last over, fourth over, and also the penultimate over of the innings. 63 now on the board. Once again looks, this time he once again tried to hit it, doesn't quite hold of it. So no run came off. Well, I think time for Bahrain to go for run. Each and every run, Oman has to save the wide deliveries.
Oh, this is straight into the hands of Jayadhanya Gunasekar. She doesn't drop too many as well. Amanda De Costa gets her first wicket.
Well, this is what happens when you have a lot of pressure to go for the runs. And of course, the fielding side doing extremely well by bowling right on the spot. And some good catches makes you difficult to get runs. So wicket number 8. Very successful over from De Costa. Got a wicket. Still two deliveries to go. Once again, ball outside the off stump. The right area to bowl at this moment because batters had to go for the runs, and she's really bowling well.
Oh, this one is a close shout and up goes the finger. Amanda De Costa is finally being rewarded for being absolutely spot on in line and length. Last ball of the over and manages to get a wicket to her name courtesy an LBW. This is the 9th wicket for Bahrain as Nipuni Nadira will have to make her way back into the dugout.
What an over from her. What an over from her. Of course, yes, you know, when you keep your length and line in check, definitely wicket comes to your way, and that's what De Costa has done. This was right in front of the wicket and given out LBW. Wicket number 9. Back to the dugout.
Sahana Jilani entrusted to bowl the last over of this innings as Bahrain are facing and looking down the barrel. They've lost 9 wickets and Sahana Jilani will look to wrap it all up. It's going to be Iman Saeed who's going to be on the non-strikers end. On the other hand, Ashwini Mungil Mane who will be on strike, and Ashwini has a job or two to do at the moment, and that's to collect as much as possible. They'll have to play sensibly, they'll have to run hard and be on top of their game. But before that, they will have to guide Sahana Jilani because she has been bowling some excellent deliveries. There's certainly some late movement for Sahana Jilani, and every now and then you can expect her to produce some magic deliveries. Priyanka Mendonka taking her time in setting the field, the umpire too making sure everything is in order. It's the last over, ball number 1 coming right up. Oh yes, late bit of swing. Also that hint of off break from her after rolling the fingers over.
She's trying to bowl off her spinners, but this time it was the straighter one going outside the off stump. Well, this is the last over, but we'll have to see how many runs Bahrain batters will collect. But the way the bowlers are doing their job is making it difficult for the batters to get some runs out of them. Once again, stopped into the air, swept it down toward the short mid-wicket boundary for single.
Yes, well guided here from Ashwini, and that will bring Iman Saeed on strike. This could be a wide and some extra runs. There is a mix-up at the non-strikers end. Sahana Jilani manages to control it, and Alifia Syed once again shows good presence of mind as Ashwini literally took off from the non-strikers end looking to make that run. Iman Saeed could not respond and was left stranded.
This could have been a run. I mean, I said that actually she was looking back at the fielder, and by the time she was looking, the non-strikers came down to say hi to her. But finally, it was another run out. 4 run outs in this innings of Bahrain. So 64 all out in just 19.2 overs. Not a very good batting performance.
Oh yes, they've been managed to be bowled out. However, they did stand very, very close to what their captain Rasangika did mention at the toss, and they were looking to play out the 20 overs, and that's what they've nearly managed to do it. Not in the most convincing manners, but they'll take it anyhow. It's a young side and plenty of new faces with a little bit of support from the experienced teammates. 64 all out is what they find themselves at Bahrain at the moment at 19.3.
Well, it was an excellent effort from Oman batters, or rather bowlers and fielders. Restricted Bahrain to 64 runs. Some excellent bowling from De Costa and Chilani and skipper Mendunka herself. So a good total. I think they can easily manage to get, I believe, the way they are playing.
Right then, 64 meaning Oman, when they come out to bat, will have to score 65 in their allotted 20 overs. We'll straight away show you live action once the batters and the players are back on the field as we head in for the mid-innings break.
So just have a look at the batting card from Bahrain's side. Nothing to talk about much except for the Deepika Rasajika, who scored 17 runs. And then again it was Reema Nazar who scored 30. No other batter could cross the double figures except Suita Valentina, who got 11 runs. Some excellent bowling. 65 all out in just 19.2 overs.
Yeah, as far as the bowling is concerned for Oman, it was Alifia Syed and Samira Khan who started off in a very miserly fashion. Jayadhanya Gunasekar, Priyanka Mendonca, Amanda De Costa picked up 2 wickets, was the pick of the bowlers as far as wickets were concerned. She bowled her full quota of 4. 2 for 14 is what she ended up with. Fiza Javed bowled just that 1 over and managed to pick up a good wicket. Sahana Jilani was as effective as always, 1 for 6. And these were the bowlers who managed to get some success. But otherwise, Alifia Syed and Samira Khan all contributed in their own ways. Alifia and Priyanka Mendonca also doing well with runouts. As far as the fielding is concerned, 65 for the loss of 10 wickets in 19.2 is what Bahrain managed to get, and Oman need 66 in their allotted 20 overs. The players are back on the field for that second innings, that all-important second innings where this triangular series between Oman, Bahrain and Qatar has kicked off in some style here. One match for the day, and Oman will look to not make a heavy weather of this under any circumstances.
Well, yes, we all expected that. When again you talk about the cricket, so cricket is something unbelievable. Things are coming up in the last week. We have seen on international arena. Something is happening in the end. What happened in West Indies and New Zealand match, it was totally amazing. A double 100 by a West Indian batsman after a long time, and another 100 runs from another batter really give what I call a very respectable draw for West Indies. So all set to go. Gunasekara and Paude is going opening for the Oman, and Nishanka Archanige is going to bowl the first ball.
Straight away, Jayadhanya Gunasekar making intentions very clear. Now, both these two batters, Tripti Paude and Jayadhanya Gunasekar, are prolific strikers of the ball. Tripti Paude coming in from that tennis ball cricket and Indo-cricket sort of a background, and she'll look to continue scoring, and she'll look to keep hitting those attacking shots from ball number 1. Makes her a very effective option as an opener, and they want to try out her at as many different positions as possible. At the moment, a little tentative, looking to push outside the off stump. On the other hand, Jayadhanya Gunasekar is a very accurate and very precise batter at the top of the order, somebody who Oman looks to back on most occasions.
Swept beautifully, and it's going to be the first boundary for Oman. Beautifully played, nicely timed, down the fine leg boundary.
Well, it's not going to take too much time for Tripti Paude to take a liking to the bowlers, especially with the pace that's on offer. Have a look at that full toss, and all she had to do was just get down low enough and sweep it off her feet. This is a good boundary as Oman are off the mark with the bat. Courtesy Tripti Paude and that effective sweep shot. Nishanka will have to adapt, and she will have to make amends immediately. This time, once again, drifting down leg. It's going to be some extra runs here, as many as 4, as the ball on this quick outfield will race away. It's going to be as many as 5, as a matter of fact, wide, and 4.
Not a very good over for the Bahrain Nishanka. She just bowled one that was played beautifully to the fine leg boundary with the bat, and another one was a wide delivery down the leg side. 5 bonus runs for Oman. So very brisk start for Oman.
First over, and Bahrain immediately under the pump. 11 runs of 2 deliveries, 2 legal deliveries as a matter of fact. This will only help them chip away at that total. The positives here that Oman will be looking to make is to get to the total as quickly as possible.
Well, it all depends upon how the Bahrain bowlers has to bowl. The first over doesn't look to be good at all, with some wide deliveries and a boundary to come in this first over. This time we try to heave it once again. Very lucky. Just missed the stumps.
Yeah, just have a look at that again. Tripti Paure, as reputation precedes her, will look to play attacking shots. She's a good effective striker of the ball. And once she manages to get her eye in, things can start looking dangerous. Already a boundary to her name. Nishanka, on the other hand, has finally found her mark. She's looking to bowl wicket to wicket now. Trying to keep it very simple, very basic.
7 extra runs in the very first over from Nishanka.
Oh, down the ground. Misfield. And this is going to be unforgiving here, the outfield at Oman Cricket Academy, because it's lightning quick. It just needed to find its way past a fielder, and a boundary will do the rest for Oman. This is a fairly expensive over for Bahrain. Not an ideal way to get started. Good boundary to end the over via the bat of Tripti Paure, as the first over ends at 15 for no loss. It's going to be Rachel D'Souza with the ball in hand, and Jayadanya Gunasekar will look to continue Oman's efforts at getting to the total as quickly as possible. In the air, and I think this has beaten the fielder. It's going to be a long chase, a difficult one. But the fielder does well. Manages to keep it down to a bare minimum 2. So good value for that shot. Jayadanya Gunasekar, who looked to guide it towards the gully region.
Well, 2 runs at least Gunasekara started off, and Tripti got 2 boundaries, beautiful boundaries by her in the last over, the very first over rather. So things are quickly coming towards close to the total outside the upper stump, and it's a wide. Here the point is that the bowlers, especially the girls, should avoid bowling wide.
Well, of course, and they'll have to learn very quickly from here onwards. Rachel D'Souza had a forgettable outing with the bat, but now with the ball in hand, she looked to put in some sort of a performance here. Bangs it in short. Very lucky that this was not pulled away towards the onside. Rather, Jayadanya Gunasekar looks to play more than often towards the offside and backs proper cricketing strokes on the front foot.
Well, I think she got all the time to pierce the gap between point and cover anyhow, but this time we played it out straight to the hands of the fielder at point.
Much better delivery from Rachel D'Souza. And that's probably why the captain has backed her with the new ball in hand. She's got a little bit of skill here with swing on offer. And if she manages to meet that criteria of delivering towards that corridor of uncertainty, things can start looking difficult.
Well, so far so good. Good bowling from her. This time, once again, beautiful stroke straight to the fielder. That's the area where I think the girls has to bowl within the wickets. It is difficult for the batters to play across. If they play across, chances of getting the wicket for the bowlers.
That's not something that you see from JD, Jayadhanya Gunasekar. She'll back her instincts, she'll back her ability to play proper cricketing strokes, shots in front of the wicket, just like that. This was cut ferociously, guided between that gap between point and cover. It's going to be a boundary.
Beautifully placed. Nice. Waited for the ball to come. You just waited for the ball to come. Cuts nicely through the gully region for 4 runs. So runs are coming in the boundaries, so far for Oman.
And that's what they want. They want to be playing attacking cricket. They want to impose their class and authority all over this Bahraini side at the moment. They've done the first half very, very well, managing to bowl them out for 65, and now they want to finish this as soon as possible. Once again, guides it towards the offside. A yes and no out there in the middle by Jayadhanya Gunasekar, but finally, eventually, both batters agreed to cross over for a single. So a single on the last delivery. It's been 8 runs in this Rochelle de Souza over as Oman find themselves at 23 for the loss of no wickets.
Once again, down the leg side, wide. Once again, missed by the wicketkeeper. So another 5 runs plated to Oman.
Yes, a bowling change straight away by Bahrain as Sheena Korda finds herself out there in the middle with the ball in hand and wayward delivery straight away. These are free runs here for Oman. They would want more of these deliveries onto the bat and score off the bat so that they can gather as much confidence as possible in these games that are being held to the run-up, as a run-up to the big series, that GCC tournament. Once again, it's going to be another wide. Struggling at the moment, Sheena Korda.
Actually, it is sometimes, take time for the bowlers to adjust themselves according to the situation. And that's why I think Korda is not getting the length right at the moment. He's trying to bowl in the wickets, but it's going down the leg side. So I think maybe in the next couple of deliveries, he'll back onto the target.
More runs and more free runs as a matter of fact. It's going to be a long chase for the fielders. The ball shall win that race, however. It's a wide and 4 runs. Sweeta Korda has still yet to bowl a legal delivery. At the moment, far too short and far too wayward, even for the keeper to put herself behind the ball.
Bad bowling from Korda. Still has to bowl a legal delivery. 2 5s, 10 runs, and I think that because maybe lack of practice, I believe that's the area where I think all these teams has to work for. And you can see she has bowled 3 bowled deliveries, and all of them down the leg side.
Well, this also serves as a fantastic learning curve for Bahrain at the moment because they're playing on turf wickets, and at the same time it's the conditions that they will have to take into account. The temperatures are slightly, I believe, slightly warmer than what they can actually face in Bahrain at this time of the year. Still very pleasant conditions to play cricket. Lets that one go. Jayadanya Gunasekar thinking that it could be a wide, and finally the first legal delivery of Sweeta Koda's over, looking to keep it away out of the arc of the right-hander.
Well, the weather in Gulf in these times of the year are always very, very pleasant, whether it is Oman, UAE, Qatar and Bahrain. This time once again down the leg side, and it was played down to define leg boundary once again. We'll have to see how it goes with the bat. Yes, it was a brilliant 4 runs for the batter.
Yeah, well, coming down heavily on that shot, Jayadanya Gunasekar. Have a look at that. The moment she realized that this was well within the hitting arc, manages to swivel off her back foot and guide that ball powerfully through the square leg boundary. You can see the Oman cricket flag flying high because the girls representing Oman cricket are doing a great job at the moment. 38 for no loss in 2.2.
Well, absolutely brilliant weather conditions here in Oman during these times of the years. One of the best season, starting from November till February, and you will really love to see Oman. Pleasant weather, cool evenings, and of course, what else you need? Great going for the batters for Oman, right? 38 without losing a wicket in just a matter of 3 overs, which is underway.
Plays it down, manages to get a risky single. This will probably allow Tripti Pavre to come back for the second as well, because sluggish fielding from Bahrain, and immediately you can see the difference in fielding standards and the way it affects the morale of the team and affects the results of the team. Oman gave nothing away to the Bahraini batters. On the other hand, it's been the absolute opposite for Bahrain at the moment. Everybody looking to back Sweeta Korda at the moment.
17 runs in this over so far from Korda. That was into the stumps and played it out towards short mid off. So finally the over comes to an end. Still a ball to go. This is the first delivery which was bowled into the stumps by Korda.
Yeah, and you notice the kind of respect also the batter gives to you. If you look to stick to line and length and decent line and length, immediately that ball was just pushed towards the offside field. The batters then start getting cautious. This time punched off the back foot. There is a fielder out there in the middle towards the offside. I believe it's Rima Nazar, and manages to do well and stop that ball. 17 runs. It's been an expensive one for Sweeta Korda. As 3 overs are done, Oman find themselves on 40 for none. That's the batting scorecard here. Jayadanya Gunasekar 12 balls 13 and Tripti Pavre 6 balls 8, and that was primarily because of 2 powerful shots towards the boundaries. Jayadanya also now getting into the act at the moment. 26 runs only needed of the remaining deliveries. They will want to get that as quickly as possible and in as convincing manner as possible. Tripti Pavre and Jayadanya Gunasekar. Rochelle D'Souza continues, and immediately there is a flighted ball. It's a missed opportunity for Bahrain as Tripti Pavre plays a false shot. Reema Nazar on this occasion not managing to grab hold of that.
Well, the first opportunity lost by Bahrain at a simple catch, but stopped at the short cover position. And this opportunity has to be grabbed by Bahrain if they want to put pressure on Oman at the moment. So anyhow, it's all part of game. It's always said that if you drop a catch, look for the second one. Outside the off stump, it's a wide.
Steep learning curve here for Bahrain. Bowling on turf wickets and, bowling in conditions like this. It's a absolute belter of a pitch. Provides good true bounce. You saw that when the Omani bowlers were in operation. Gives enough assistance for all sorts of bowlers, be it a little bit of medium pace or be it the off breaks and the leg breaks. You can see the amount of swing on offer as well, courtesy that green top that you can view on your screens right now. It's another wide. Rochelle D'Souza had a very tidy first over.
Well, it's a good that all three teams have got good chance to get match practice before going to the most important tournament of Gulf Women's Cup. Doesn't matter they lose or win, but only thing that they need to have match practice to acclimatize themselves with the conditions here at the beautiful Oman Cricket Academy ground. This time once again it was outside the off stump, got a thick edge, and they go for single.
Yeah, just kept a little bit low once it passed the bat. Under edge by Jayadhanya Gunasekar, and not much that the keeper could do about it. Took her by surprise. Rochelle D'Souza seems to be that kind of the more experienced lot in this Bahraini setup. Oh, brilliant delivery. Beats the outside edge of Tripti Paude. She was done for all money. Missing that edge by mere small margins.
Well, this is the best delivery we have seen from the Bahraini bowlers. Playing and misses straight to the keeper, and she tried to ran her out, but she quickly came back into the crease. So it's finally things are coming good. She's trying to bowl now within the stumps, as we're talking about getting the practice before the final match starting the next couple of days.
Big shot towards the onside will beat the fielder. It's going to be an interesting chase for that young girl there who has been stationed at mid-on. It's not going to be successful though. It's a boundary to the name of Tripti Paude as Oman are charging ahead towards that target.
Shot, and what has been offered by Gunasekara, pulled it away towards the cow's corner for 4 runs. Nicely timed, picked up beautifully. This moves on to 48 quickly by Omani batters.
Works away towards the onside. Once again, that quick outfield in assistance of the Omani batters. Back-to-back boundaries to Tripti Paude, finally getting into the act and scoring a bit more fluently.
2 successive boundaries in 2 deliveries. First onto the mid-wicket and this time onto the onside. Rather this time to the fine leg boundary to cut inside edge of the bat. So 2 very good boundaries in the name of Gunasekara. Rather Tripti Paude, I'm sorry. So Oman crossed 50 mark, 52, winner wicket.
Full delivery, much better correction of line and length here from Rochelle D'Souza. Ends the over with a dot ball but has gone for far too plenty so far in this innings. Oman end the 4th over on 52 for the loss of no wickets. Let's have a look at that picturesque Amerat grounds here. Beautiful views, beautiful bit of camera work as well. As you can see, the girls putting themselves out there on the lush green outfield that Oman Cricket Academy has to offer. It's a triangular series between Oman, Bahrain and Qatar, looking to battle it out as a prep tournament. Not much to speak about this bowling effort here though by Bahrain this afternoon has been very, very difficult at the moment.
All the three bowlers crossed 15 runs in their bowling quota, which shows that they have to work hard in the next couple of matches to bowl within the stumps. This new bowler is Nana.
Swarna will look to bowl her off breaks at the moment, looking to trouble the right-handed batters at the moment. Decent flight and straight away finds the gap. Jayadhanya Gunasekar placed it. They'll cross over for a single only. So pretty much on the mark as far as that first delivery is concerned. Swarna Nuna.
Were quite comfortable for Oman. All credit to these two opening batters, Tripti Powdhury and Gunasekara, who has moved on. 50 runs partnership between them. But much of the runs have come from wide deliveries rather than bat. But both Tripti and Gunasekara really playing well. Tripti 17 of 12 deliveries and Gunasekara 15 of 14. A very, very handsome partnership between them, which definitely gives them confidence in the coming matches to play.
Good, decent line and length. And this can also probably give you an early insight into the strategies of the teams as well. Swarna Nuna certainly seems to be right in the middle of things here as far as Bahrain is concerned. All her deliveries so far have been fairly accurate and greeted with respect by the Oman batters. Just a couple of runs so far.
The only good thing is that the scorecard is moving on. Runs are coming. And that's a good technique for them to go for the singles. And of course, got some beautiful boundaries by these two, Tripti and Gunasekara. Makes the things a bit easy for Oman to get past through the 65 runs mark.
Played it straight back to the bowler. And it's going to be a very, very quiet end, an unlikely event at the moment for Oman, where they just played out this over in the most quietest of manners. Just a couple of runs in the Swarna over. And Oman, after 5, are 54 for no loss.
Amerat Mudia Silage is going to bowl the sixth over. It's a wide, starting with a wide.
Captain Rasangika with the ball in hand. So probably the first change in this Bahrain bowling attack, and both these two certainly seem to be the most experienced of the lot. Earlier it was Swarna who just gave 2 runs in the over, and Rasangika now marshalling her troops around. And it's been a no ball. They're still within the power play, and one of the fielders was caught outside the circle, that additional fielder. So now it's going to be a free hit for Tripti Paure. Oh, brilliant delivery. Keeps it outside the off stump. Bye signal by the umpire, and couple of runs added to the total courtesy that no ball and this bye.
56. She looks to be a leggy down the leg side, and the wicket came down and played it out towards the long on. I believe they just got a single out of it.
Well, a tough outing here for Captain Rasangika. Oh, looks to play it across the line. Very lucky to have a little bit of bat onto it. Not the kind of shot you would expect from a batter, especially when you have somebody like Rasangika who's fairly quicker through the air, a little bit of experience as well. If that ball would have come on a little more quickly, it would have been curtains for Tripti Paure. Oh, this is absolute gift here from Rasangika. Flighted very, very high, and immediately umpire says no ball and a free hit, and along with that, JD, Jayadhanya Gunasekar, also gets a boundary to add on to it.
It's bad delivery. No ball has been called. Nicely played. Over to the square leg, rather fine leg boundary for 4. And also a bonus in the shape of wide delivery. So moves on to 62. She looks to be a good bowler. What I believe, this leg spinner, Amerat Budia Sekara Silage, what you call.
Charges down the track. This time opens the face of the bat. Placed it into that gap towards the offside. And it's going to be a couple of runs here. The scores are level out here at turf number 2 at the Oman Cricket Academy. Just a run needed for Oman to close affairs. Rasangika has conceded quite a few runs here.
Well, credit goes to Gunasekara and Tripti, who batted beautifully. And that's what required from a team from Oman when they got them out at 65 runs to go for the attack, and they rightly did so. This time played it out. Once again, sloppy fielding, and that's all. As far as this match is concerned, Oman won by 10 wickets. 66 for a wicket in just 5.5 overs. Brilliant display of batting and bowling, and of course fielding by Oman team.
Well, absolutely. Making no mistake in the course of this run chase. They made sure that they utilized those gifts, those extras that Bahrain bowlers had on offer for them, and at the same time playing a few attractive shots and making sure that they put their head down and without any casualties crossed the finish line. 66 for no loss, Oman in as little as 5.5, and a much needed performance for Oman out there in the field, and that is where the highlight will be for the Omani girls. Have a look at these highlights in terms of the way the innings panned out. As a matter of fact, towards the leg side, a few extras and boundaries as well, studded by both the right-handers Tripti Paure and Jayadhanya, both looking to play all over the ground, all round the ground. As a matter of fact, this one was probably the shot of the day by Jayadhanya towards the offside. Apart from that, the bowlers really missed their mark quite a bit. Extras are as good a gift as poor deliveries, because they just don't help your team, especially when you're looking to defend a modest target, Tripti Paure with this boundary working away towards the onside. And then this howler of a delivery by Captain Rasangika from Bahrain being dealt with severely by Jayadhanya Gunasekar. Overall, it's Oman who have come out victorious by 10 wickets in as little as 5.5 overs, reaching their target in absolutely no time at all. Probably pretty much says it all.
Well, batting is concerned, as correctly mentioned, that it's 66 for no wicket from Oman. It was Gunasekara who scored not out 23 of just 20 deliveries, and it was Tripti Paude who was 19 of just 17 deliveries. They didn't have to 5 over required to get through the 65 runs mark. Has been batted by Bahrain. So Oman won the match by 10 wickets. It was a brilliant display by Oman batters. If you go for the bowling, nothing to talk about that. No wicket has been taken by any bowler. It is only the maximum runs has been given by Linda D'Souza, who's got 20 of 2 runs. And then it was Bhasekara 15 in 1 over and Suita Valentina 17 in 1 over. So nothing to talk about the bowling. It was all goes to the in favor of Oman, who batted brilliantly both. If match summary, Bahrain batted first, scored 65 for 10 with Herat Moody 17 runs, Nazar 13 and Korda 11. As the bowling is concerned, Costa got 2 for 14 and Fizza Javed got 1 for 3 and Jilani got 1 for 6. Chasing 65, it was Oman who did the brilliant work by getting the runs without losing a wicket. Gunasekara 20 of 23 deliveries and Tripti Paude 19 of 7. Just nothing to talk about the bowling. All the bowlers has done their job, but not very nicely. So match won by Oman by 10 wickets. We'll go back to the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the Oman Cricket Academy, where this triangular series between Oman, Qatar and Bahrain has gotten off to an exciting start. What a match we've had first up. Winning the toss first, captain Rasangika elected to bat first, and Bahrain could not manage to post up a very decent total. 65 all out in the 19th over is what they managed to end up with. In response, Oman came out in blistering form and blistering fashion, and what a win this was for Oman at the moment here. However, first up, we can call upon the captain from the opposite end, Bahrain, Rasangika, to make their way so that we can have a word. Rasangika, tough day at office, but you'd probably have some sort of pointers, some positives from this performance from your team.
Yeah, batting. I have to. We have to play 20 overs, but 120 plus we are targeting. But I'm unfortunately I'm get it out early. That's the main problem. My team. Others also struggle because they are depending on me. There are so many things we have to achieve.
What about the playing conditions? Turf wickets, the green outfield, it's a quick outfield. How did the girls respond to the facilities here at the Oman Cricket Academy?
Yeah, that is a good ground surplus. Then wicket also very good batting wicket, and our some of girls first time they are playing in the turf. That is good for them. They are also sometimes struggle in there that situation.
The scorecard might not say much, but then are there any positives or are there any certain members of the team that you're looking forward to performing in the upcoming matches?
Yes, definitely, because we are trying to next match we have to do well in our performance.
All right, do well.
Thank you.
Right then, winning captain Priyanka Mendonca up next. Congratulations, Priyanka. You've done pretty well and pretty happy with the way the team stepped out.
Yes, absolutely. As I said, we have a very experienced side. So I think everyone has disciplinedly done what they were supposed to do. All the responsibilities were shouldered in the right way and executed in the right way.
You mentioned discipline, and out there in the field, the team was a live wire. There were hardly any runs on offer and hardly any opportunities given to the opposition. Something to say about that?
We've had so many practice matches, so we're consistent with the line and the fielders right on, spot on. Very good taken with the catches. So I think everyone was at the right time at the right spot.
Okay, there was not much to talk about the batting because, the target was not that high. But then the bowling effort, somebody out there in particular who stood out and made sure that, things were easy.
I think the main wicket fell by our man of the match, which is going to be coming. So I think that was where, things caught hold of. And that's where, from there onwards, we capitalized it.
All right, Priyanka, congratulations once again and hope you do well in the tournament. Right then, a little bit of a teaser here from Captain Priyanka Mendonca, and we are straight away up to the player of the match, and that's going to be an excellent performance by Jayadhanya Gunasekar. 23 runs of 20 balls, studded with 3 boundaries, and then of course a wicket in 3 overs. Couple of catches and 1 run out, probably doing it all. Umpire Zaman Qureshi handing over that trophy. JD, as you'd like to call it, congratulations. And just reading out these stats, I think you were all over the place. A run out, a couple of catches, a wicket, and then of course making sure that the team crosses the finishing line. How do you feel?
First of all, thank you for the wish. It just feels amazing after all these months of hard work, especially thanking the board, the groundsmen and the coaches for putting in all the hard work. And definitely we deserve this win and more coming up.
Okay, a thing or two about the playing conditions, especially when you came out to bowl and the kind of situation that the team was in. You really had half of the team bundled out, but then you needed to do a little bit more.
Yes, just when I came to bowl, I just knew I had to stick to my line length. Just keep it simple, nothing new, and get the main wicket of the captain. I guess the rest of the bowlers did an amazing job, and the fielders as well. So really pretty happy with that.
Okay, and you got a chance to bowl and you got a chance to open the innings. Tell us something about your innings and what was the discussion between you and Tripti Paure out there in the centre?
We've been batting together for a long time, sort of just simple loose balls, hit it, otherwise just rotate. And there were like freebies as well. So we were just thinking us to rotate and we should finish the game, stay there and most importantly enjoy. So that was the main mantra of it.
All right, congratulations JD, and of course wish you the very best for the rest of the tournament. That's all we have from the post-match presentation ceremony. Do stay tuned, we've got plenty of great cricketing action coming your way.